Laszlo!
Hello, my darling.
Who's this?
Victim be gone.
Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 funniest Laszlo Cravensworth line reads on What We Do in the Shadows.
Trust me, gay is in, gay is hot. I want some gay, gay it's gonna be.
For this list, we're looking at the times British actor Matt Berry's delightfully elevated dialogue was at its most bizarre and or amusing on the mockumentary comedy horror series. Since some entries detail surprising plot points in seasons 1 through 4, prepare to be spoiled. Do you have a favorite Laszlo line? Let us know in the comments. Number 10, Ariana, a cautionary tale.
Do you think it could maybe be some sort of neighborhood imp having a cheeky little joke?
This is not a joke. It says it in many places. Here, here, and here.
Don't look, my sweet darling. It's too dangerous.
It's no surprise that centuries-old vampires would struggle with modern technology, and we often see Nandor, Nadia, and Laszlo going to Guillermo or Colin Robinson for help. But when Nandor mistakes a chain email for an actual curse, it sends the trio into a spiral.
Says here, some girl called Ariana disobeyed Bloody Mary, and now she's dead.
The email details the story of Ariana, a girl who didn't take the alleged curse seriously and ended up gutted and killed by the infamous Bloody Mary. Laszlo attempts to adopt the tale as his own, recounting Ariana's fate multiple times, much to the annoyance of his fellow vamps.
Out of
Yes,
both.
we just read the email!
Yeah.
You can hear the sincerity with a hint of fear in Laszlo's voice, making his telling of the story the best.
All this is playing havoc with my guts. Talking about guts, I did tell you about Ariana when her guts were dragged out on the doorstep.
Yes!
Number 9, Camera Man.
He's very loud, and unlike us, he does not sleep during the day.
Nor does he sleep during the night.
When does he sleep?
I don't think he does.
Never a dull moment with that scallywag.
What We Do in the Shadows wouldn't be a mockumentary without the essential talking heads moments. And they're some of the funniest parts of the series. Laszlo's sit-downs with the crew are always hilarious. But in this season 4 episode, he really brings it with one simple line.
We're doing a piece to Camarera. As I was saying, he has a very inquisitive and curious mind.
The way he enunciates camera with a rolling R is so dramatic and very on brand. Laz truly has a natural ability to make any word sound interesting, and sometimes downright Shakespearean. While he adds some R's here, the letter is noticeably missing when he says culture.
I told you I wanted him to grow up to be an interesting son of a practicing fine art and culture.
Number 8, Sassy Laz. Nandor, Laszlo, and Nadia regularly laugh at Guillermo's expense, and he claps back from time to time, and rightfully so. Still, Laszlo finds Gizmo's moments of frustration entertaining, and jokingly comments on it.
Guillermo has decided that he's no longer talking to you both because of the bad way you have treated him over the last 12 years.
Ooh, a bit of sass from the bar.
But Mr. Cravensworth has quite an attitude of his own. Sometimes his blunt way of speaking unintentionally gives off snarkiness whether there's any negativity in his tone or not. But in Season 2's premiere episode, Laszlo's 3-word response to Nadia's I told you so is peak sass.
You didn't.
The fake cough, the head movement, the hand. We live for it. No notes. Number 7, Shabby to Chic on HGTV. At the end of Season 3, Nadia, Nandor, and Guillermo all left for worldly adventures, while Laszlo decided to stay at home to take care of the recently, birthed baby Colin Robinson. During this time, he also got really into a home renovation show called Go Flip Yourself, hosted by the Daltrey brothers.
Bran and Toby are brothers with a keen eye on interior decor. They turn the most mundane property from shabby to chic.
Later in Season 4, Bran and Toby come to fix their mixed-up mansion, and Laszlo goes full-on fanboy.
To quote the brothers themselves from episode 113, Mid-Century Mess, this house is all kinds of Frank Lloyd wrong.
His giddiness and deep knowledge of the show make for some comical bits, really hamming it up for cameras and even plugging some sponsors. In the end, it's revealed to be a petty Simon the Devious doing the most just to get Laszlo's witch hat.
What, all those episodes, all those marathons, all those bedsheet sets in the Daltrey Brothers' Daltrey Living line?
Yes, it was all me.
Number 6, Darling Nadia.
Have you gone soft, my sweet syrup pie?
No, my sweet syrup pie, I've gone hard.
Laszlo and Nadia have a seemingly endless list of adorable pet names for each other that go beyond the typical baby or honey. We love them all, from my sweet syrup pie to good lady wife. But our favorite, hands down, is the one Laszlo says the most, my darling.
This is a bloody...
Whoa, 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 leave them to it, my darling.
Rarely do his darlings sound completely the same because we know he likes adding extra letters and syllables to words. Whether he's asking for forgiveness or simply greeting Nadia, every delivery is top tier, especially when there's a little quiver like in the season 2 episode Ghosts.
Sorry for not taking you seriously, my darling.
Number 5, the Bloody Disco Man. Laszlo Cravensworth became a vampire centuries ago, and over time, he's acquired skills in nearly every possible field, including the arts. At one time, he and Nadia created tunes together as a duo aptly named Nadia and Laszlo, the Human Music Group.
Are you calling from afar?
No, I'm calling from my car,
But how can that be?
electronically.
When they get back into it, we see why their little act didn't last very long. During one of many arguments, Nadia insults Laszlo's originality, to which he replies with the utmost conviction that he's essentially the inventor of disco.
Anyway, how dare you? I was doing the bloody disco 100 years before any other
We can totally see it, especially since the multi-instrumentalist allegedly wrote such hit songs as Come On Eileen, Wannabe, and Kokomo. Honestly, if the duo dropped a follow-up album to Nadia and Laszlo Sing Songs of Love and Terror, we'd buy it.
We killed.
Well, we literally did. We killed some of them at the end.
Such a magical evening.
Number 4, New York City. One of the longest running gags on What We Do in the Shadows is Laszlo's encounters with his rival Simon the Devious, a Manhattan vampire. They continuously fight over a ridiculous witch skin hat. Never mind that it's cursed.
You took it by force from me in New York City.
Yes, and it looked better on me in New York City. And it will be mine.
The troublemaking item mainly stays in Laszlo's possession, much to Nadia's frustration. While Simon isn't as aristocratic as Laszlo, he's no less theatrical. So their run-ins always seem to include both vampires saying New York City in the most exaggerated sing-songy inflection.
There you are. The game's up, old chum. Nothing's changed since New York City.
The line never fails to make us chuckle. That is, if we're not saying it right along with them. Any thoughts of the Big Apple are forever connected to this wonderfully drawn-out quote.
You really are the most devious bastard in New York City.
Well, we're not in New York City.
Number 3, speaking in harmonica. When the sire escapes from the Staten Island Vampiric Council headquarters, Laszlo joins the search that leads everyone to a store in Queens. As a master of music, Laszlo is overly confident that a magical tune would help them catch the ancient vampire.
We don't have a magic flute. We got one of these. Don't mind if I do.
But it doesn't work out well for him. During a tussle with the sire, he realizes he swallowed the harmonica he tried to use. From then on, everything he says has the melodic sounds of the instrument.
That's not enough. You did not swallow a bloody harmonica.
Yes, I did.
The whole incident is so silly, but Laz manages to keep a straight, if annoyed face with every harmonic word, which makes it even more hilarious. It's impossible not to laugh, and we're talking doubled over in tears side-splitting level of laughing.
Can I just say, on behalf of us... Oh, it. Doesn't matter.
Number 2, Shawnee, Laszlo's good time boy. Laszlo's unlikely friendship with his human neighbor Sean Rinaldi is one of the most entertaining yet endearing aspects of What We Do in the Shadows.
All right, let's bring it up a little bit. Let's give a shout out to my best buds, my main man Laz. That's my guy.
It's always inconvenient when Sean sees weird goings-on involving his nocturnal neighbors, or when he makes offhand jokes about them being like vampires. The superb owl incident nearly ended the human's life, and Laz was quite upset about it.
Yeah, it's like they did some decent world building in 11, but it all pays off in Ocean's 12.
You need to stop talking about the sea. We know that you know our secret.
What secret?
It's here we realized just how much he cares about him, because Sean is his best friend, his pal, well, he's a lot of things. Matt Berry's passionate tone makes Laszlo's description of him as funny as it is pure.
He's my homeboy, my rotten soldier. He's my sweet cheese,
My good time boy.
Before we unveil our top pick, here are some honorable mentions. Laszlo sucks, misinterpreting a special message from a ghostly Gregor Jeff.
Laszlo sucks backwards.
Laszlo doesn't suck, and if he did, he certainly wouldn't do it backwards.
Bat, Laszlo's signature transformation line that we suspect isn't necessary.
When I turn into a bat, there's no real skill to it at all. I just shout, bat! Human form. Much like that.
Sorry, Simon. Are we surprised that Laszlo struggles to apologize? And to Simon, of all people?
Sorry.
What was that?
I said I'm sorry.
Couldn't quite hear that.
No, I couldn't hear it either.
I said I'm sorry.
Mr. Sinatra. Wow, it really didn't take much for this faux Frank to confirm his crooner identity.
I say, Mr. Sinatra, forgive me, my mind's a little foggy, but last time I looked, you weren't Chinese.
Ring-a-ding-ding.
I stand corrected.
Final farewell. A short, sweet, and half-hearted goodbye.
I wish I was better to him. And to you both.
That's very kind of you, Nandor, to say that. And I know we haven't got on over the years, but nope, that's it.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Jackie Daytona from Arizona. After a forgotten foe tracks him down, Laszlo goes into hiding because it's much easier to leave your life behind than it is to pay a small debt.
After all that nonsense on Staten Island, I cut loose to Pennsylvania because it sounded like Transylvania. And we all know that sounds cool.
He gets into his foolproof human disguise, rocking denim and a toothpick in his mouth, becoming Arizona native and regular human bartender Jackie Daytona. However, he doesn't put much effort into adopting a convincing American accent, much to the confusion of the local Pennsylvanians.
You say you're from Tucson, but you talk all fancy and Europe-like.
This is the way we talk in Tucson, Arizona.
Jackie's bizarre pronunciation of his alleged home state kills us every time we hear it because it's so absurd. And yet he still manages to woo everyone and get away with the ruse for a good amount of time. We need a Jackie Daytona spin-off stat.
And all right. Of a personal...
Get your point, stranger. Sounds like a regular wacko, a real son of a bitch. Yes. I'll keep my peepers peeled for that guy.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from MsMojo. And be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.